much. So I knew in my head that it was over for me. The first round happened. He punched me. I couldn't throw back. My instincts weren't there. My fast twitch muscles weren't there. And every single round, I literally wanted to die in that ring. Because in my head, I was thinking, if he punches me, maybe I won't wake up. It actually took a very tough beating to get me out of the sport.
By Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he beat the hell out of me. Manny Pacquiao would be right in front of me. He would, after hitting me 15 times, and then I would be ready to hit him, and he would be wide open, and I couldn't pull the trigger.
I wouldn't have loved to fight Pacquiao again because he kicked my ass. Sorry. But yeah, there were many fighters out there who I would have loved to fight 2 or 3 times.
You know what? So you had enough of Pacquiao, is what you're saying.
Oh, trust me.
Oscar de la Hoya shared the ring with some of the greatest fighters of his generation, going up against names like Floyd Mayweather and Bernard Hopkins. Yet despite all those battles, there is one particular fight that still lingers in his memory. It wasn't just a defeat, it was a night at the MGM Grand where he felt completely overwhelmed, to the point where he no longer wanted to continue, and, as he later admitted, even felt like stopping right there in the middle of the bout. For a long time, fans believed it was simply a case of an aging champion being surpassed by a faster, fresher Manny Pacquiao. That narrative seemed straightforward. The veteran got outpaced by a rising star. But in recent revelations, Oscar has opened up about what was really happening behind the scenes. According to him, the downfall that night went far deeper than just physical decline. The truth he revealed paints a far more unsettling picture than anyone originally expected.
Remember to this day the conversation I had with Oscar when I first told him, hey, you should fight Pacquiao. Oscar laughed. He's too little. He's too little, that guy. There is a difference of almost 20 pounds. People want to see that fight. People are excited. He's the guy that's coming up. He's fast, Oscar, but eventually your size is going to break him down. Something was not right. I could see it in his eyes. He's not even throwing punches. What is he doing?
Pacquiao snakes his left hand through De La Hoya's guard.
I was like, fuck. He had no legs, he had no pop, he had no punch.
Pacquiao is making De La Hoya look old, slow, ineffectual. De La Hoya has 0 answers.
I was scared. And I said, you know what? The spark's not there. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
In 2008, many fans and analysts saw this matchup as nothing more than a mismatch on paper. Manny Pacquiao, who began his professional journey as a 106-pound flyweight, was now climbing multiple weight divisions to challenge Oscar de la Hoya, a naturally much bigger welterweight. Oscar had the clear physical advantages, longer reach, greater height, and heavier punching power. Statistically, everything seemed stacked in his favor, and most expected a straightforward night for him. But as soon as the opening bell sounded, that assumption quickly fell apart. Oscar soon realized this wasn't going to be a traditional boxing contest. Instead, he found himself trapped in a relentless storm of pressure and intensity he had not anticipated.
It kind of like deflated the balloon. I felt like, wow, like here I am on top of the world, beating Pernell Whitaker, beating Julio Cesar Chavez, beating Hector Macho Camacho, beating Sugar Shane Mosley, beating all these fighters, okay? Having amazing fights in their prime and creating some amazing events. And then my last fight, I'm like a shell of myself. And Manny Pacquiao beats me, and he's the next champion. It felt I felt humiliated.
Did you know what was slowing down? Joe Louis told me once that he saw the opening.
Oh, yes.
Just didn't get there.
Exactly. Manny Pacquiao would be right in front of me. He would, after hitting me 15 times, and then I would be ready to hit him, and he would be wide open, and I couldn't pull the trigger. I just couldn't pull the trigger.
So what led a boxing great to misjudge everything so badly? It began with a serious error during his preparation. Oscar chose to cut his weight down from 160 pounds to the welterweight limit of 147. But the process went too far. By the time he stepped on the scale, he had stripped his body down beyond a healthy point, looking extremely depleted rather than fit. He officially weighed in at 145 pounds, Surprisingly, even less than the naturally smaller Manny Pacquiao. Instead of being in peak condition, he appeared drained, dehydrated, and already physically weakened before the fight even started. However, the physical toll was only part of the problem.
What was going through your mind at that time, Oscar?
Well, what happened in that fight, I mean, I was a zombie. I was drained. I think I had fought Bernard Hopkins at 160. And then I said, let me dare to be great again and fight this young kid who they're talking about at 147. I literally weighed in 144 for that fight. And I was a skeleton. It was too much. So I knew in my head that it was over for me. The first round happened. He punched me. I couldn't throw back. My instincts weren't there. My fast twitch muscles weren't there. And every single round, if you watch my documentary that came out on HBO called The Golden Boy, it explains to you what I was thinking, what I was feeling. I literally wanted to die in that ring. In the 8th round, everybody was going to stop it, okay? Or the 7th round. One of those rounds, everybody wanted to stop it, including the referee, the trainer. And I said, no, I want one more. Because in my head, I was thinking, if he punches me, maybe I won't wake up, you know?
Were there some other things going on that you wanted to die in the ring?
Of course. I wanted my whole life to die. The whole life that I was living at the time, you know? Having to go through rehabs, having to go through, you know, all this fame and money and women and this and that. It was just overwhelming. And now I can't perform. Now I don't have the last thing that I love, that I worked so hard for. I don't have it anymore.
Right.
So just end it here in the middle of the ring. Just punch me so I can die.
Right. Wow. So did you underestimate Manny? Did you understand what he was? I think he moved up from 106 to 112 and had blown through everybody. Sure. 22, 20, 30, 35, 40, 47. So you didn't underestimate him. You knew what he got Pac-Man that name for. He got that name for a reason.
Oh yeah, I underestimated him, but it didn't matter. Even if I was a dead man walking. I couldn't.
Why not
perform.
take the fight at 54?
I don't think they would have done it because he was like you said, he was coming up in weight. It was probably too much at the time. But even at 54, he probably still would have beat me. No shame in my game.
What's the biggest mistake, be it in the boxing ring or in business, that Oscar De La Hoya has made?
Probably inside the ring. I stood in there.
It was only part of what he was dealing with. As the fight progressed round after round, Manny Pacquiao's incredible hand speed turned into something overwhelming. Oscar later reflected on it, describing Pacquiao less like a normal opponent and more like an unstoppable force that just kept coming without pause. Punches were coming from all directions, often at angles he couldn't anticipate or track. The volume and pace made it feel impossible to keep up or even respond effectively. By the 7th round, the damage had become visibly severe. Oscar's left eye had swollen almost completely shut, and he was taking constant punishment while pinned along the ropes. In those difficult moments, an even more startling detail emerged from his account. He wasn't simply waiting for the referee to stop the contest. His thoughts had drifted towards something far more final than just a stoppage.
Like how are you dealing with being Manny Pacquiao? You're a global star. You are a national hero.
At the time that I became #1 pound per pound in the world. Yeah.
How are you dealing with it as a personally? Like being that big, how are you dealing with that at that time?
I never, like, the fans, the world, all commerce, like everything like that. I mean, recognition everywhere like that, even in the Philippines, because most of the people in the Philippines don't believe that I'm gonna win the fight, because even in our Congress, some congressman filed a resolution to stop the fight because it might get hurt me. Like
really?
Yeah.
They were afraid for you.
They said that they said that stop the fight because they might get hurt. Me.
They had no idea.
Yeah. It's just like that. So after the fight, like the people, like boom, like that, and then that time, like this is. But I still, thinking to God for everything, like all that accomplishment is from God.
But man, your life wasn't the same, man. It wasn't the same. Like, you can't go anywhere. Whether you're in the Philippines.
But this perspective isn't limited to Oscar alone. Even some of today's top fighters, including names like Terrence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson, have spoken about Manny Pacquiao's prime with clear admiration and respect. Crawford, in particular, has openly said that he regrets never getting the chance to face Pacquiao while both were active at their best. He described Manny's fighting rhythm as highly unusual and his non-stop output as genuinely intimidating.
One fighter that
You wanted to fight, but you weren't able to.
Pacquiao for sure. 1,000%.
That little Filipino kid.
For sure. And I try to fight Pacquiao.
George's bestie. George's bestie.
Yeah.
Full respect. But Skinny Hussein knocked him out for 20 seconds, mate. YouTube, Hussein versus Pacquiao.
Pacquiao for sure. That was a fight that I was chasing for years since I was 140 pounds. And to see him, fight Broner, Tim Bradley, Keith Thurman and all those.
Chris Algieri.
Fight, yeah. Man, I was.
Not disrespect to Chris.
I was like, man, like, what is going on? Like, these guys is not, like, I'm here and he's fighting these guys. I just couldn't understand it, So if there was a guy that, it would be him. And Danny Garcia. That's my boy.
You fought him as amateur, yeah? Yeah, Swift.
We split.
Left hook.
We split 1-1. I think me and Danny would have made for a great fight, being that we knew each other real.
Even at 47 years of age, Manny continues to show that his abilities remain exceptional. In July 2025, he made a comeback to the ring to face WBC title holder Mario Barrios, and the contest ended in a majority draw. That performance reinforced the idea that he can still compete evenly with elite-level opposition. When Manny was later questioned about a comparison between a prime Floyd Mayweather and a prime Terrence Crawford, he didn't hesitate in his response, giving the edge to Crawford as the pound-for-pound standout. It was a moment that reflected mutual respect among boxing legends, with elite fighters acknowledging one another's greatness.
How about this one? Floyd Mayweather against Terrence Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather against Crawford, I think Terrence Crawford.
Why? Why?
In both prime.
Both the prime. You think Crawford is? Why do you like Crawford?
He has advantage. He is a southpaw.
Right, by the way, switch hitter.
I agree. I think
Manny keeps it simple.
I think Bud gets that one for sure.
That's a really good point.
I saw Crawford as a southpaw. He mastered it. Like he know how to handle his advantage. He need to maximize his advantage against Floyd.
And then how about Floyd against whoever that's supposed to be? That's supposed to be.
This remarkable level of longevity is a major reason why the boxing community is now buzzing with excitement. All attention has shifted toward the highly anticipated rematch scheduled for September 19th, 2026, where Manny Pacquiao is set to meet Floyd Mayweather again at the Sphere.
I wouldn't have loved to fight Pacquiao again because he kicked my ass. But yeah, there were many fighters out there who I would have loved to fight 2 or 3 times.
You know what? So you had enough of Pacquiao is what you're saying.
Oh, trust me. Right when I walked into the ring, I had enough of Pacquiao.
You thought that when you got in the ring?
Oh, well, Rich, this documentary, my gosh, it's sad too at the end because it shows the whole Pacquiao situation. I was getting beat up in training camp when preparing for Pacquiao. So I knew that was the end already for me because Pacquiao was just coming up.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was like the star in the making.
We see Pacquiao running the mountains every day with 50 people around him. He wants to be the first one. So he's killing himself. He's working his leg. He is a warrior. But at 48, his body can't take that much.
Age is just a number.
And I'll bet you Mayweather, people think, oh, Mayweather's out of shape. He's not training behind curtains. That's doing workouts. That is not. That's just to be in shape. And I'll bet you.
Okay, we're here in wild card. We're going to base it. Wild card.
up, brother? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you too. Hey, congratulations for your team.
So soon I'm going to start training for Mayweather fight. Yes.
Although the matchup has been formally confirmed as a pro fight under Netflix, Floyd Mayweather appears to be shifting his stance. Reports and speculation suggest he may be looking to turn it into an exhibition instead. A move many believe is aimed at safeguarding his spotless 50-0 professional record. Oscar de la Hoya has openly criticized this development, mocking Floyd by implying that while his record looks perfect on paper, he may be avoiding a fully competitive bout because he still views Manny Pacquiao as a serious threat.
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't going to do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather-Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O? Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go.
The situation is now building toward a critical turning point. Manny's camp has gone on record confirming that all contracts are fully signed, and they've also acknowledged receiving advance payments tied to a sanctioned professional bout. At the same time, they've warned Floyd Mayweather that if he keeps attempting to downgrade the fight status, they are prepared to pursue a significant breach of contract case against him.
I think he's scared of losing. I mean, he's scared of losing because that's his, his leverage for, to go around and have exhibition because of his undefeated record. But if that record will ruin, then what else that he can leverage for to go around and have an exhibition match?
I don't know much about the guy.
Yeah.
I don't know what what they're really looking for. It's a dangerous fight because a guy like that beats you. It's, you just made somebody. But I don't know. I think that Team Pacquiao is smart enough to choose the right kind of fights, and at this point in his career at least. And they know. I mean, when people are going to tune in to watch Pacquiao fight, I will.
I'm curious now. You felt Danny's punch, and when I've talked to people, they always say that Manny's punch is a really stinging punch. Yeah. A punch that stays with you.
Yeah.
How do you compare the two?
It's a different punch. I think Manny. I fought a lot of great punchers in my day, and everybody punches differently. And people always ask me, "Oh, does this guy hit hard?" Like, yeah, everybody hits hard.
Yeah.
Amir Khan hits hard. Is he the hardest puncher? No, but he hits hard. Everyone hits hard at this level. So it's just a different kind of punch. Manny's power is very surprising. He cuts good angles. You think you're safe, and you're not. I've overheard Tim Bradley talk about that too. Like, he just cuts such good angles and is able to generate power from those positions. So it's definitely different. Danny's power is more like spring-loaded. Kind of like almost like a Roy Jones-ish.
Okay.
Not so wide, but that like really just short whack. And kind
a lot of torque.
Yeah.
I remember I asked Shane that same question, and Shane told me there was at one point where he's like, where the hell are all these punches coming from?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You guy moves and you lose him and you feel the vision, but like you think he's off balance, but he's not. And he still is able to crack you.
Yeah.
Like what just hit?
It appears Floyd is beginning to understand a lesson Oscar experienced back in 2008. Manny Pacquiao is not an opponent to be taken lightly or treated casually. If this matchup remains officially sanctioned as a professional contest, Floyd could end up risking the only achievement he has always protected above everything else, his undefeated record, against a fighter who continues to defy time itself.
You hurt in that fight?
Never. Just emotionally.
Explain that to me.
Yeah, I was
You're
never...
getting knocked around,
Yeah.
or you're knocking someone around. Is there no pain?
I've never felt pain inside the ring. I've been in some very, very tough, grueling, difficult fights. The only pain I've felt was after the fight. I remember I would actually have steaks ready, frozen steaks ready in my room to press them against my face and against my body. It might have been the old Rocky movies that I used to see, you know? but I never felt pain in the ring. It was only emotional pain that I felt when I fought Manny Pacquiao.
The 2008 showdown went far beyond a simple defeat. It turned into a mental breakdown in the ring that left a lasting mark on boxing history. That night made it clear that Manny wasn't just skilled, he was on a completely different level, almost overwhelming in his dominance. Now, with September 2026 approaching, the big debate continues. Does Floyd Mayweather have the willingness to step into the same kind of pressure that once shattered the Golden Boy? One thing is undeniable. The entire boxing world will be paying close attention to see whether Pac-Man still has one more surprising moment left to deliver. That brings us to the end of today's breakdown. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Stay connected, and see you in the next one.